Hello and welcome to a new week and a new season of Sunday League to Legend here on Football Manager 21. Leyland Albion have made it all the way up from the 10th tier into Sky Bet League 2. That's right, Football League and the Albion. We will be contesting Sky Bet League 2 along with the likes of Harrogate Town, Doncaster, Rotherham, Scunthorpe. Is this all Yorkshire teams? Of course it isn't. Our very local rivals, the likes of Fleetwood, are here as well. That should keep things interesting. And already Mansfield and Gillingham have settled for a draw in the season opener. This is our traditional look back at everything that's happened over the summer, the off-season period. The first is that I myself have signed a new 3-year contract to remain at Leyland Albion. I am the least paid manager in the division, but I am indeed a club legend and therefore will be sticking with the Albion here at our new home of the Leyland Albion Stadium, creatively named. We have gone to professional status, which is something important for us. That'll give us a little bit of opportunity to bring in some better players, and of course it means more training, which is the big thing for the side. Our new stadium, the Leyland Albion Stadium, is due to be upgraded in the next 2 months. At that point we will have around a capacity of 5,000. At the moment things are taking place, and therefore as you can see here, seating capacity expansion completion date the 21st of September. Wonder if we're going to hit that anytime soon. Currently reduced by 242 seats while that is put in place. Our training ground is still Worden Park. Arsenal won the FA Cup just at the end of last season, so something for Gunners fans to cheer for. And ruthless Leyton Orient chairman Harry Coates sacked manager John Coleman for losing in the playoff semi-final to Accrington. Absolutely scandalous, as was the fact that I wasn't named in the top 3 Vanarama National League managers of the season last year. So we came top of the league, got promotion, despite the preview having us listed at the bottom, favourites for relegation. So the less said about me missing out on that award, the better. There have been several transfers in, as you can imagine. We've gone up again through the leagues, and this time we've brought in some players with league experience. So the likes of Dom McBride, Phil Stansfield and Dom Drinkwater. In fact, Drinkwater came with a £36,000 fee. So we have shelled out for him. While we're doing this, let's have a quick look at the former Newcastle United player, Dom McBride. He's been there for 3 seasons, never made an appearance, but his stats, I think, look pretty promising for an 18-year-old central and left back in the defence. 2 players from Leyton Orient who of course didn't go up. 18-year-old Irishman Phil Stansfield. Again, good stats, plenty to build on in the middle of the park. And it's the same for Dom Drinkwater. So we have prioritised a bit of youth. And in fact it's youth that have decent physicals that we can then build on with their technical and mental stats. So he's another central midfielder. We've got Zach Beattie, that's what I'm going to call him, 22-year-old Welsh defender. So he has already been issued out for loan because I'm not entirely certain that he'll be ready for this season. Last year he was with Wrexham. Tommy O'Reilly, English 22-year-old winger on the right. We desperately needed a right winger. He's probably not the best out there, but had to go for it. Acceleration 14, pace of 15, his crossings 11, so it's getting there. Technique of 15. he kind of was a necessity, really, out of the Vanarama North with Chester. Probably not going to cut it at this level, but right now might be our best bet at right wing. Nidian Fell was on loan with us last year, did pretty well for us, have to say. 8 goals in his time with us and 11 assists, so has probably deserved a second chance, on loan to us from Wrexham. Harry Manton, another player, another 22-year-old, so as you can see, young players. This one certainly a bit of a star in central midfield. Again, good physical stats. Look at that stamina, 18. And then we've got plenty of others to build on as well. His former club, Birmingham. Didn't make an appearance for them, played for the second team, as you can see, for a number of years. So going back all the way to 2021, when, of course, the game did begin. Ben Winter, here he is, 28 years old, so a senior man, right back, so we need a bit of cover there. Did have problems on the right in pre-season, getting players in that could do a job for us. He is one that has made the step across from Shrewsbury, so 2 appearances for them in the Sky Bet League 2, and then prior to that he was with Torquay, both in the Vanarama National and League 2 there, so bit of experience from him. And we've signed a player on loan, John, who is a bit of a rough diamond. Basically, he can play on the right or up front, and this was the reason why he is part of our squad now. Plenty of potential ability. I think he's probably going to be a championship player in the future, and hopefully we can help his development on the way there. We have, of course, played several pre-season friendlies, starting with a testimonial for Dylan Stringer-Moth at Mossley. So we played those boys at 1-4-1, which probably isn't really the done thing in a testimonial. We then had wins against Gretna, Bohemians, recently against Charnock Richard, a draw with Morecambe, which I don't think is anything to turn up our noses at, considering that they led twice. And then we had a narrow loss to Watford under-23s, which certainly can happen. This season, the expectations, if we start from right to left, in the FA Trophy, that's to reach the 4th round. So going and retaining the trophy that we won last year, so we're still invited to participate. Don't think we really should be by now, I would have thought. The Emirates FA Cup, the expectations to reach the 1st round, so we've only got to win the one game, the 4th qualifying round. And then in Sky Bet League 2, it's to fight bravely against relegation. If we do have a quick look at the league, I will say that Thompson Fearon, our striker, was named as one of the players to watch out for up front. He was on the list of potential top goal scorers in the division. And I would expect to see his name somewhere on the list of players. There you go. Oh, we've got Manton and Stansfield as key players, so that's certainly interesting. But Thompson Fearon, yes, one of those to look out for. Dangerous striker. We are at the bottom, 24th, 350 to 1 to be relegated straight back down to the Vanarama National League. At the top, the likes of Mansfield and AFC Wimbledon, the teams that they've pegged for promotion. 2 relegated sides there, along with Rotherham and Crewe. So ourselves and Accrington were the 2 teams to come up. Accrington here in 19th. As far as our tactics are concerned, much the same as last season. We've got our 4-4-2 in place. I'm not really planning on changing that too much. The personnel obviously changed. We've kept hold of the likes of Bruno Andrade, which I think is absolutely key for us. Jackson has come in as well. So he is a goalkeeper, 22 years old. In fact, there may have been players that came in at the end of last season that weren't on that list. So let's just check. Of course, here we are. So we had Tommy Jackson here, young goalkeeper that's come in. He'll probably be our number 1 for the season to come. We've also got Sam Deacon, a central midfielder, 22 years old. His stats are a bit up and down. Some of them are very good, some are very bad. I'll be interested to see how he develops over the season. Shane Blaney, an Irish centre-half, previously with Accrington. And then, of course, there is Dom McBride. We have not got rid of a lot of players, I have to say. As you can see, nobody. They're all still here, and they're all still kicking. Tactically, we'll look to play the ball quickly down the two wings, using the likes of Andrade and Mountain out there. Isake and Thompson-Fearon up front. I would suspect that Isake will lose his position as the season progresses. We also, of course, still have Connor Comer. Now, he's a bit of an issue because he's not good enough for this level. Basically, he was the club captain, which has now been moved from him to Thompson-Fearon, but it's kind of game over for him. He's very much a backup, just 25 years old now. I would think could still do a great job in, the Vanarama National North, for example, but not a player that we're going to feature too much. I mean, last season in the Vanarama National, 19 starts, 13 substitute appearances, 11 goals. Considering, previous to that, he scored 32 at the Vanarama North level. He scored 50 the season before, pitching in Southern Premier South. I'm just not entirely confident, again, ultimately, in his abilities. Still our record goal scorer, still a club icon, I believe. So certainly somebody that deserves respect, but perhaps won't feature so much in the starting 11. You would think the likes of Tom Ince will come in at some point. He's got some good experience. Rossi Morford did well for us last season, so he will feature at some point. We've also got Dean in defence, who was a bit of a rock for us there. We do have a lot of unhappy players in the reserve side at the minute. If we have a look at the under-23s, you will see there are plenty here that have first team experience. Camille Conte, Remy Savage, Deitch, Dan Smith, Bailey Aithorpe and Tate Campbell last season all played in the first team, but there's just not a place for them. The other rules, of course, this year that have affected us have been very much the registration. So you're only allowed a maximum squad size of 20 players. Certainly wasn't an issue for us previously, so we've had to really cut down. You'll see that our maximum squad salary spend is pretty low. You would kind of assume that as we've just come up. But yeah, 20 players is just a bit of a worry for us, and that's one of the reasons why we focus so much on bringing in young players that don't affect the squad size. So the likes of Drinkwater, McBride, Stansfield, John, Fell, they don't get registered. And probably if I'd have known where the cut-off was, which is players of the age of 20 or younger on the 1st of January 2026, maybe the likes of Zach Beattie wouldn't have been signed. But of course, you kind of only find that out afterwards. So I'm not going to beat myself too much up with that one. Our schedule, we begin at Cambridge in League 2. So that's the big fixture to start our season off. In terms of other games, we play Fleetwood away on the 12th of September. And then our last game of the season is away at Gillingham. Could be a tough one, that one. So certainly look forward to that on the 1st of May. Pre-season this year has been a little bit stunted compared to previous seasons, because if you look at where we're starting on the 1st of August, last year we only started the league campaign 4th of October, some 2 months later. So interesting that we've not had the pre-season that we normally do. Our staff again has been updated. We always do this, ready for the new season. We are the highest in Sky Bet League 2 in several different disciplines. Not quite in terms of our recruitment and medical, though. We'll get there as the season progresses. So our next game on Wednesday is going to be this one. It's away at Cambridge. Our first game of the season at the Abbey Stadium. on the 1st of August 2026, Leyland Albion will become a Sky Bet League 2 club officially, and we'll see just how far off the pace we are. I suspect we're going to take a bit of a kicking, but we'll all find out together. I'll see you on Wednesday.